James Smiles here with the Seekret Garden Family Farm LLC, located here in Walterboro, South Carolina. In today's video, we're going to be making some fresh ground pork sausage for breakfast that doesn't have casings. So what we got here is 4 pounds of some pork shoulder, and you can use the butt, any part of the pork that you can grind up, as long as it has a lot of good fat content, because what you want is 70% meat and a good 30% fat. And as you can see, we got good fat over here. And I had this in the freezer for a good little while, because the main thing is while you're cutting it, you got to make sure that it's frozen. So come in a little bit closer, Siobhan, and this is how you do it. You got to cut it in little pieces, because we're going to be using this grinder here. You cut it in little pieces so that they can fit in the grinder. And this is a pork shoulder from one of our same pigs that's right here in the backyard off the farm. And we're going to be showing everybody how to make breakfast sausage that doesn't have casings. So you just want to get it cut up in nice little pieces like that. Nice good little chunks. Like I said, this is 4 pounds of meat. And I have the seasonings, and I'll leave a link in the description for everything. But you just get it cut up. Nice little chunks like that. Look, that's what you want. You want to see all that marbling, that fat in between the meat. You want to see that right there. All right, and we're going to be using this meat grinder right here to do it. But whenever you use your meat grinder, you're going to make sure that this piece right here is on the inside and it's on the right way instead of it being backwards. Some meat grinders have it where it could be both sides, but you gotta double check to make sure which sides you're gonna be using. Right there. And that red color, this pig, I just harvested it last week. So, been in the freezer, getting nice and cold. Once all of the meat is done, finished process like grinding, you're going to let the grinder just keep going for a little while longer, just to let all the excess meat fall out. And sometimes what I like to do is put a slice of bread in there. It's all said and done, you just get it like a little slice of bread, put it in there, and it'll get all the meat out of there and into your bowl where you putting your meat at. So next, You got your 4 pounds of meat already ground up. And that's just the first grind. What we're gonna do next is add the seasonings. Alright y'all, so we got that first ground already done. And this is how it looks right here. You got your fat with the meat, all that good content right there. And so the list of our seasonings, I'm using these seasonings right here. They ain't shot glasses, but they seasoning. They ain't nothing that you can drink. You got 2 tablespoons black pepper. You just drizzle it on in there. Get it all seasoned in there real good. That's that 2 tablespoons, 2 teaspoons of black pepper, 4 teaspoons of salt, regular salt, because you need that salt in this pork. Add those 4 teaspoons. You got a 1/4 teaspoon of crushed red peppers or cayenne peppers, which is what I'm using. But that's the beauty of making your own sausages. You can season it however you want to, but you add that for a little kick in there. I like my sausages kind of sweet, so I got 2 tablespoons of brown sugar that I'm gonna be adding in there, and just sprinkling it all around in there, that brown sugar. And 2 teaspoons of sage, some dried sage. So, and after that's done like that, you're gonna mix it up really good. Mix it up really good. You want to get all of those flavors, all those good seasonings mixed up in there real good. I do it once by hand, but then I'm about to send it and run it through the grinder one more time to get a little bit of a thinner grind on it. So that's like that. Get it ran through there real good. Oh, and the hidden gem to making your breakfast sausage is a little bit of this orange zest. Adding a little bit of this orange zest into that, it gives it its own unique little flavor that you know is your own. And this is like Secret Garden breakfast sausage right here. Family Farm LLC. We add a little orange zest in our breakfast sausage. And you can just do it by eye, you know. The seasoning guys be with me, and I know when to start adding seasoning and I know when to stop. But adding a little bit of that orange zest, that'll give you a whole different, that'll change the game of your sausage. Alright, hold on. Let some of this. This is with the smaller blade on here to grind up a little bit finer. And to get those seasonings all mixed up in there real good. And it's ideal for this to be really cold because the heat from this temperature from the grinder, it melts the fat. like our content, like, subscribe. We got pigs for sale. We got farm tours. We got programs to help people learn about how to raise meat to have them from their farm to their table. In this day and age, 2025, people should know nobody really is paying attention to where their food is coming from. Alright, y'all, so this is how it's going. So this is your 4 pounds of fresh ground pork to make your breakfast sausages. So what you do now is, it's imperative that you freeze it overnight to get the seasonings all the way right. But what you do is you get you a little sample patty. I'm gonna be throwing this in the air fryer. I have 2 little helpers over here, so I'm gonna make up 3 little patties and throw them in the air fryer to see how the seasoning combination came out. And I'll be back to you guys in a second. We're gonna sample them and then I'll show you. But the thing is, when you're making these sausages, you gotta let it sit overnight before you actually go eating it, just to let the flavors all the way soak through. But this is a pork shoulder, 4 pounds of pork shoulder from a Seekret Garden pig. This is the life after death. It becomes sausages, bacon, hams. All right, so this part right here, I'm gonna let it sit. But just for the sake of it, I'm gonna show you guys how to make patties.
Just gonna put the 2 together.
Alright, y'all, so here's the best part. We get to sample the sausages. Oh, it's kind of hot.
Yeah.
So,
I might have to blow it.
yeah.
Okay.
It's good.
Mm.
It tastes like sausages.
Yeah, good.
And it came from right here. Came from right here.
Okay.
So what I got to do next is show y'all how to make patties. But I'm going to let it cool off. Let it freeze for about an hour. It's best to let it freeze overnight. But for right now, for the sake of this video, I'm going to let it freeze for an hour. And then I'll come back and show y'all how to make patties. Alright, y'all. So it's the next day. The 4 pounds of meat has been in the freezer overnight. Underneath here, I got 12. Got 2 more right there. And the rest of this right here to make into patties. And this is 4 pounds. So I'll let you know how many sausage patties I got off of this 4 pounds. And what I'm doing is just using this like a pickle jar top. Putting a piece of parchment paper in between. Putting the meat in there and smashing it with another piece of parchment paper on the top to make those size patties right here. And as you can see, underneath there, we got 12 underneath there, 2 on the top, and this right here to go. I've ate 3 yesterday during the video and 2 more last night. And so with 4 pounds of meat, you got a good amount of breakfast sausage for you and your family. Alright, well, when it's all said and done, There's 23 sausage patties off of that 4 pounds. And I got them stacked on this parchment paper to put them in the freezer so they can get frozen. And then I can vacuum seal it. I like to freeze them first so that they don't get stuck together while they're in the freezer after I vacuum seal it. But yeah, y'all, it's time to cook some up. Y'all can have some breakfast with me. Seekret Garden Family Farm LLC. Homemade breakfast sausages. Made from pigs right here on the farm. Alright, y'all. There's the finished product. We got some breakfast sausages. Fresh from scratch. You can see the whole thing if you watch the whole video. Like, follow, subscribe, comment. But you got your breakfast sausages, 4 pounds of pork shoulder. We got about 27 patties. You can make your patties any which way that you would like it. However, this right here is the finished product. So let's go ahead and grab this one here. It's so good. Thank y'all for watching.